So I hit the road. I speak to my business partner and our executive producer, Mohammed Al-Banna, and I tell him, hey, and he was my previous boss in my previous work. I was like, hey, man, shall we try to do that? Track down the guy, arrive in Kabul. The moment I get to Kabul, I'm calling the fixer or the middleman. Hey, I'm here. He's not answering. Calling him again, 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 again. He's not answering. And during the time when I was talking to him, I asked him to put me in contact with a Talibani translator that speaks Arabic because I wanted to go to the Taliban with someone from them that they can know, okay, this guy is coming here, he's staying with us. He even got someone from us accompanying him. So I arrived there, it's me and the translator. I asked the translator to call the guy, he doesn't answer. And then I get an Afghan number, I call, he answers. I said, hey, here's Ibrahim. He closed the phone. So I was completely on my own with this Taliban that I still don't know, and he speaks really weak Arabic. He barely spoke Arabic, and he's different than the translator that I spoke about in the beginning. We changed translator in the
Okay.
end, so just to make people
Yeah,
this
I
the same
definitely
guy.
just the
Yeah,
picking
I
the
could see it in
translator.
your face. No, he's a different one.
Yeah.
So it's me and this guy alone, and then there's nothing to do. So we try to go to the offices of the people that has given me the permission to come and film the Shura office. And they said they basically didn't let me in without the middleman. They even kicked me out of the office. One of the soldiers hit me with the back of the weapon. Get out of here. When I was trying to meet him, he's like, you have no appointment. Get out of here. And I quickly realized that because this guy who was with me, who's like a Maulawi, which is a big religious leader, for the leadership of Taliban, he needs no one. So there is no respect for his religious status. If you are not part of our political, basically creme to la creme, then you're not part of us. You're just another soldier. So they didn't give him any respect. And that quickly has put something in my head. So I realized, okay, this is not the religious group that I came to meet. These are people of power, and it's really hard to approach. So I don't think my plan is working here. I'm leaving the country. I told this translator after spending some time with him, hey, I think I ran out of money. And I was running out of money. I was taking a lot of risks to do such a mission. Nobody would support me to go to Afghanistan. Nobody mentally even would support me in the beginning. If I tell anybody I'm going to Afghanistan, they were always going like, what the fuck? Can I swear?
Yeah. Yeah.
So they're all
Especially in this scenario, like, I mean, woo, go to Afghanistan. That's it's gonna be
everybody is
sporty.
like saying literally, what the fuck's wrong with you? So
Yeah.
I don't know what to do. And then I told him, hey, I'm leaving the country. I'm running out of money. And he told me the golden line of my journey. He's like, why do you here only to film the leaders? Why don't you film some of the Taliban? And I was like, what do you mean? It's like, you didn't need the permission of the leaders. You can just go and film some younger Talibans. And these guys, their story deserves to be told. So in my head, I'm like, I'm gonna film with some younger Talibans just coming to Kabul, film a small story, and then take myself and leave. At least I made the money of my trip. So he took me into the airport. And when we were getting there, I realized this is not the civilian airport. It is the military airport. And once we go in, left, right, ta, 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 and then we enter, the door closes, and I'm reading at the door Hollywood Gate. And at this moment, everything in my head shifted. I'm like, I don't know where am I? I don't know what am I doing here, but I will do whatever it takes to just stay in this place. I want to make a movie about this space. Taliban are living inside Hollywood Gate. It was directly, the idea was like this kind of a Greek theater, a room, you enter, the players play, and then they leave. This idea became crazy in my head. So I went inside, filmed a bit with them, and then met the younger Taliban, Mukhtar, the younger lieutenant in the movie. Speak to him a little bit, Mukhtar, and then he likes the idea of filming with him. I was like, but I will film with you for a year. He's like, but if you want to film with me for so long, you have to have the permission of my Amir. I was like, okay. I go the next day, I meet his Amir. Amir means leader, so I meet his leader, and he says, yes, okay, I don't mind, but you have to take the permission of my leader. And then my leader. So a week and a half later, I'm meeting with Maulai Mansour, who's just coming to Kabul, not even appointed as the head, or not announced yet that he's the head of the Air Forces. And I'm meeting with him, and I'm asking him, is it okay to meet Mukhtar? And back then, even he was like a journalist approaching me. Yeah, you can come and meet me directly, like in the same day. We approached him. He's like, yes, come in the afternoon. It was really early on that he was surprised that there is a journalist that knows about him. So I sat with him and I said, I would like to film with Mukhtar. And he was like, so his face wasn't happy that I'm not coming for him somehow. He's like, would you mind if I film with you too? And he's like, yeah, of course you can film with me too. For a year. He's like, what do you mean for a year? It's like, I'm not doing journalism, I'm doing a documentary. It's like, what would you film for a year? I was like, I don't know. I'm going to follow you for 1 year, and whatever happens, you're establishing your country. I want to follow this for 1 year. And he was like, okay. This was the initial thing. So I got the permission of the guy, and then I needed to go to the government, meet everybody, whatever, to get the paperwork that allows me into these spaces. But then by the time they quickly realized that journalism are not doing for them what they wanted, because the positive reports that were coming about them in the beginning, and I think a lot of people fell for that, Taliban 2.0 that are letting women be free, stopped happening, and they started to become Taliban. The negative reports started to come and show, and then you quickly realize these are not good for us. We should not let reporters around us. And every now and then a report would come, or a short documentary that would come about them that is very bad, showing them very bad, and then they directly point finger to me. You're doing like them. Like, I told you from the beginning, whatever I will see, I will show. So you're allowed me into your space. Have you seen me breaking any of the rules you've put on me? I'm only filming you guys. I'm not doing anything outside what's allowed. And then it kept going like back and forth, all the way till the last day of shooting. And the last day of shooting was different because, I'm sorry, I'm telling you the story in a long way, but if it's fine, or
it's great. That's what this is all about. I want to hear it.
And the last day of shooting, I was talking to a lot of these men separately, and it's a system of favoritism. So every now and then they tell me, no, you're not coming here anymore. And I found one guy in between all of the leadership that says, yes, you can film more. And then they let me film for 5-6 days. And the last day of shooting, all of these men were together in the parade. So in the morning of the parade, I saw them, they saw me. 5 minutes later, the Secret Service came to me and they said, you need to come with us with all of your footage. I'm like, what do you mean? I'm definitely not coming with you now. We have the parade. I shoot the parade, and then you take whatever you want after the parade. He's like, and then he went and he came back and he said, okay, they said you can film today, but tomorrow you bring all of your footage and come to us in the office. And this was, for me, is the clock. I should not stay in this country anymore. So in my head, I'm like, okay, this is my last day. Do whatever you could, film everything, and just run to the airport and pray that there will be an airplane that takes you out of here. So I finished filming the whole parade, and I went a bit crazy in that day, filming them fighting each other, filming him slapping, not caring much because I'm leaving. I'm already anyways in if they stop me at this moment, I'm anyways in danger. So I would do extra things, go to the parade and go on the podium with them because it's my last day. I'm either making it or breaking it. And then after the parade, I went directly to the airport. Luckily, there was this guy standing there that he knew me because I filmed a bit in the civilian airport. He knew me, and he's like, "Oh, you're okay." And I was like, I just don't find my ticket." And he's like, "What do you mean?" I was like, "I can't find my ticket for the plane." He's like, "Oh, you can book a new one." Book this one, and he put me in an airplane, and I left dawn that was leaving in 40 minutes.
Where'd you go?
I went to Dubai, telling them that I'm going to Dubai, and then I went somewhere else with a visa as if I'm going to that place, and then I went to Dubai, and then to Qatar, and then to Berlin. So I went to 3 different places that if they are looking for me in Dubai, they don't find me. If they are looking for me in Qatar, they don't find me, and then I'm in Berlin.
That paints a lot of context. When I was watching Hollywood Gate, obviously the beginning, it's still a lot to dig in here, but big picture, watching Mansoor, the beginning of it as they're forming the Air Force, and there's a really tense moment of finding these pilots and bringing them back in, but fixing the plane. So you're kind of watching them go along. But then as you're talking about the kind of the capstone, the final day, the parade, which everyone saw across the world of them driving MRAPs. I like to talk about the Suicide Squad on motorcycles, the planes. I mean, it's wild.